Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, you are welcome. My name is Ife Artistry, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I transformed my beautiful bride. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, put on your post notification, share my videos, and leave a nice comment. Okay guys, so I'm going to start with cleaning her face. I'm going to be cleaning her face with micellar water and an angel wipes. All right, so I'm going to clean the face thoroughly and remove any hidden or wanted dirt from her skin. Remember that before you start doing any makeup, you have to clean the face because it's one of the most essential things in makeup. You wouldn't want to be building your foundation, your concealer, and other things on a very dirty canvas. Yeah, so my bride here has a very nice and beautiful skin. Yeah, so her skin is actually very nice. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to be moisturizing her skin. So immediately after cleaning the face, the next thing to do is to moisturize. You would want to actually put enough or use a good moisturizer on your brides because you want the face to be hydrated for a very long time. Remember that this is her traditional marriage, so I would want to keep this face hydrated because I'm going to be using a lot of dry product as well on her face. I don't want the face to actually get cakey during the course of the day because like a lot of things will be going on, so I equally want her face to be hydrated with the moisturizer. Okay, after that I'm going to be priming her face with the Baker primer, and after priming the face I'm going to be setting with the Kiss Beauty setting spray, and I'm going to use my fan to dry it up and make sure that every product that I already put on the face dries down on her face. Okay guys, so after that I'm going to be putting on my foundation. I'm using the Nars and Huda Beauty foundation mixed together. So I'm going to be putting on the foundation. I put that on the face and I'm going to be blending so well into her skin. Okay guys, so don't mind the person in my background actually. So I'm going to be blending my foundation into her skin. After the blending, and my blending was so good, I'm going to be going in with the aucoin concealer in XX 10, I guess. So I'm going to be putting that in the beginning part of her under eyes, in the inner corners of her under eyes, then on her forehead, nose bridge, and just the inner corners of there. And after that I'm going to be using the Zikel concealer in Zikel Cafe. That is actually a bit darker than the NARS that I used, so that is actually going to help me with the transitioning of my concealer into her foundation, because remember that the concealer that I used in the inner corners are a bit lighter, so I would want a concealer that is a bit darker, that is close to her foundation shade, to be able to transition into her skin without like leaving a harsh line. That's actually the idea. Okay guys, so after that I'm going to be using my beauty blender to blend everything into her skin. Remember guys, I always say this in all my videos, blending is actually the key to every good or every successful makeup. When your blending is okay, you are going to be doing very well. Some people blend with brush. Blending with brushes is good. If you can blend with brushes is okay. If you can't, beauty blend is equally good. For me, beauty blender works better for me, so know what works better for you and go with it. Okay guys, so after that I'm going to be contouring her face, and I'm contouring with the Avo Cosmetics foundation in shade 030. I love how creamy the foundation is, like it's not really thick, so I love the creaminess of the foundation, so I normally use that for my contour. So after making the contour both on her cheeks and her nose bridge, I'm going to be using my lip stains from Becharmageless Cosmetics for her blush. So I'm going to be putting that on the highest point of her cheeks. I'm going to be adding the red shade more because she's a bit dark. Remember, when the person is dark, I use the red shade more. When is a light skin, I use the pink shade more. So after I'm done with all the blending, I'm going to go ahead and blend the concealers in the inner corners of her under eyes, because when I was working, I left those concealers there for a bit because I wanted the concealers to, sit there and give me a bit coverage before I come back and blend it. So I'm going to blend and blend and blend and make sure there's no harsh lines. Then after that, I'm going to start setting with my Merak cosmetic setting powder in the shade cinnamon. I'm going to be using that to set preset actually. So my client, if you remember when she's smiling, she has some harsh no, she has what is it called, the smile lines. Okay, so I'm going to ask her to actually use her mouth, like draw out a breeze from that point that the smile lines are. Then I'm going to blend it. After blending, and make sure that I'm not seeing any crazy line from that place. Then I'm going to now set with my setting powder. That is actually a way for me to reduce the harsh line, or kind of I don't, you can't actually stop smile lines from coming out, but you can actually reduce it, or maybe try and help the person. I'm doing that in this place as well. Like, I'll just make sure that it doesn't come out like quickly after the makeup. So that is just the idea. Like, most of the times when I do this and set it very very well, equally when I'm baking, I'm equally going to go ahead and bake that in place. And after that, even the person will be smiling. You won't see the smile lines for a while, at least for a while. They are not going to come out. It's going to help and make sure to control and make sure they don't show immediately after your makeup. Okay guys, so moving on, I'm going to be setting the rest of her face with my powder palette, the Becharmageless cosmetics powder palette. I'm going to be using her shade as a contour shade. I'm going to just make the contour with the contour shade, that is a dark shade, then set the rest of the face. That is it basically. Just enjoy the process of the video. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to be setting also the her nose bridge, that is nose contour. So I'm going to be contouring the nose as well with the shade that is there for her contour. Okay guys, so after that, I'm going to be making the blush. I'm not really doing too much when it comes to this blush, because I have I don't want to, like, I don't want it to be too much, basically. That is it. Okay guys, so moving on, I'm going to be outlining the brows. I was already done with the slicking down the hairs, and now it's time for me to now outline the brows. So I'm outlining the brows gently. I'm making sure I'm not really overdoing it, so that um everything is going to be at a place. One thing with brows is this: make sure your line is as fierce, as neat as possible. If your outline is scattered, or if it's not together, if you have a lot of products on the outline, it's going to actually probably make you be doing some errors while you are concealing your brows. But when your outline is actually very neat, you'll be helping yourself. Even when I'm saying this, most of the times when I make the outline, I still encounter some errors, because nobody's above mistakes actually. So but when I encounter these mistakes, I just move on. Like, when you make mistake, just make sure that you try your best to correct yourself, not make so many mistakes at the end of the day. Okay guys, so moving on, I'm going to be filling out the brows with my Davis pencil in shade 03. I use that to just fill out the brows. And while filling in the brows or filling out anyone, I just leave some light strokes inside the brows where the hairs are, just making false hairs, like basically just leaving the strokes gently. You can see the way I'm making my strokes, because that's how I like it. Okay, so after that, I'm going to now conceal the brows. I'm using the Merak Cosmetics flat brush and concealer, the Zikel concealer. I love to conceal brows with Zikel concealer because it's very creamy. It will be easy for me to blend at the end of the day. I don't like using thick concealers to conceal brows. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that in the other part of other side of the brows, and just conceal quietly. Actually, just, I'm not gonna say enjoy the process because I'm going to still come back here and say something. All right, guys, so in the beginning of the brows, I'm going to be using a dark shade because I want that to blend into her contour, her nose contour. Okay, guys, so moving on, I'm going to be contouring the upper part of the brows. You can see like my line is already like good, it's already sleek. I don't really need to be doing too much. Most of the times people don't conceal the upper part of the brows because, like, what am I really doing? I'm just cleaning out the edges. Honestly, it's already clean, it's already neat. But most of the times for me, if I cannot not conceal my brows, even the upper part, I feel like it's not okay. Okay, so after that, I'm going to be making a reverse contour on her nose because I want to snatch the nose. That is just snatching the nose basically. So you can see that I equally preset the smile lines because I want to make sure as I'm sorry, I'm baking the face, I'm making a reverse contour. I equally set or bake the smile lines just to make sure that I set that place too. Okay, guys, moving on over to the eyeshadow. I'm going to be using the Benign Clone White eyeshadow base to as my eyeshadow base actually. All right, so I'm going to use that, then blend out the edges to make sure that my edges are sleek, and then start making my transition with my powder palette from, I think I'm using the Blossom Cosmetics powder palette to make my transition. Okay, so the first shade I'm putting on is a brown or an orange shade. Just, put that there on my transition crease and blend it out, puff it out, and make sure I blend it. So I actually used three different shades for my transition in this video. One is bit orange on neutral or something. Then after that, I went into a light brown, then going to a more darker brown. So I used the more darker brown now to make my outer V as well. All right, so after that, I put in the main eyeshadow, the eyeshadow that I'm going to use for this video. So it's actually a pigmented eyeshadow, has shimmer inside it. Okay, guys, so after that, I'm going to be blending out the edges of the eyeshadow that I just placed because I don't want to see harsh lines. Do not mind my hair. I don't want to see harsh lines, honestly. Most of the times when I'm blending eyeshadows, I love to use an orange shade to blend. I don't know, I can't really, but most of the times I use an orange shade to blend, honestly. So after this, I'm going to be lining the eyes with my gel liner, black gel liner from Zaron Cosmetics. Yeah, so just line the eyes with that basically. I'm going to do same to the other eyes as well. Okay, guys, so after that, I'm going to be dusting out any eyeshadow particles that fall under the eyes. Remember, I put on a setting powder, a baking powder there to catch the fallout. So I'm just going to be dusting them out now from the eyes, and then when they are already dusted out, I'm not going to now blend the eyes under eyes because I'm done with any powdery stuffs there. So I did that, blend the whole of the face, set it with my setting spray, and then moved over to the lips. Unfortunately, I didn't capture that. I don't know, like the light went out at that point. Okay guys, so moving on, I'm going to be blending the lips. I already did my outline with a brown shade, and I added the light pink shade inside the in the inner lips, and then I'm blending the two of them together. It's just a light brown shade in the outer part, and then the light pink shade in the inner part, a nude shade somehow. Okay guys, so after that I went ahead and just re-emphasize on the light, on the brown shade. I just re-emphasized that, adding it more to just blend it together with that. And then after doing that, I added my gloss, gently added the gloss, and you know just take it easy and make sure the gloss is actually sitting very very well, because this is one of the most important thing in makeup. Again, make sure when you're adding your gloss, you don't go and scatter. I don't just carry gloss and go and put it everywhere on the face. I take it easy and make sure I everything is sitting pretty. Okay guys, so after doing that, I used my setting spray. I sprayed on the face, and then I used my fan to dry it up, guys. All right guys, so this is the end of the video, and my bride is giving it to me. Yeah, give it to us, baby. All right, so that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, put on your post notifications in case I post my new video. Thank you guys for watching, and enjoy it. Bye.